Hello and welcome. Today is the 29th day of June 2019. My name is Derek. All bets trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. I'm talking about trading strategy, and I most likely will be buying Stellar Lumens. I'll let you know in this video actually if I will or not. It's got one test to go, and that's how long does it take to get on the exchange. Before I bought a very small amount, 0.112 Binance coin worth. And then I sent a small amount of that to the Atomic Wallet, and there's a lot of other good wallets for it, but that's just one of them. And then I just send it back now. And if it gets there fast, then I realize then it passes the test. And if it gets there in a moderate amount of time, I'm still gonna do it. Its fees are so damn cheap. It's on both sides, and I love the chart on how it looks when I look at this on the weekly term time frame. It's just at a spectacular position. I would think for an entry position, maybe a little bit better might come in if it goes down to like 775. But even still, I'm always going to be playing the conservative buy over the standard one. Meaning, oh, we're going to come back to this little area here where we came from. Okay, again, that's at this area of like 800. It might go there, it might not. And even if it does, well, I'll probably just pick up a buy opportunity with the trade strategy. I'll be trading this with Litecoin. And I also look at it as in, okay, we've broken down below this level of support. Have we had a good leg lower? Well, yeah, we have. One leg and another one, and we've had a good leg lower from this low. So many different levels to say bottom picking, and you know what? You can say all you want about this. One thing I learned from the teacher Brian Shannon from AlphaTrends.net, and this is really for short-term trading anyway. Is I think anyway is those who try to pick bottoms, it's a loser's game, and you want to wait for setups. And the way I look at it is what price would I most likely have to pay if I for when this gives me a good bullish setup over under 967 satoshi, and how much over or under, and most likely significantly higher. And even when you try to do it, the thing can just skyrocket high so fast as it is anyway. And I highly believe that there's going to be a dartboard rally coming soon. It's been 2 minutes and 37 seconds, as you can see on the time, since I've done this video. I'm going to pause the video now. It doesn't take me long. I'm going to put this on a short-term time frame, say the 5. Oh, nice setup. It definitely isn't a buy spot now. If it passes, I can do it now because my Bitcoin confirmation, it's confirmed. I've already got Bitcoin on Binance to buy stuff with. And it's available. I don't know how long it took, but it's by now. So it's fast. It's a fast coin. In fact, Cardano will be the next one. And I sent that. I mean, I sent it first, but I literally, after I sent Cardano, I sent Stellar Lumens 15 seconds later. So at the same time. So Cardano hasn't even been notified yet for me on Binance. And I think I did it before and it's slow. So I'm still trying to figure out what my second coin is going to be. But most certainly 100% chance. And it's definitely going to be that of trade in Litecoin. If you want to take a good chance for a buy, the way I look at it is, oh, maybe we come back down and find the 18 average of lows, which is like 960 on the 5 minute of all things too. Oh, let's save about half a percent. No, not even close. If I'm just going to go long term, I'll just take by market price. And I guess as long as it doesn't matter if there's a breakout. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this and trade against Litecoin. Oh, I took about, well, first off, I went on my Trezor wallet and I went to see how much it was going to cost for the minimum withdrawal for a normal fee, of course, because you can choose economy and pay higher for faster moving times. With Bitcoin, I always take normal speed. With like Litecoin, I always take fast because it's so damn cheap. But with Bitcoin, I take normal speed. It was $2.50 US. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. And then I'm looking at it. That's $500 minimum for me because I just have a thing for me. I just don't want to spend more than a half a percent on fees. But you know what? I'm a true believer that coins are going to really do well against Bitcoin as we move into the month of July. A dartboard rally, as I'm talking about, and I just think I mean, 4%, between 4 and 5% of my Bitcoin are going to be, well, half of it's going to be Stellar Lumens. and the other half is going to be something else. And I don't know if it's going to be Cardano. I don't think it's going to be. I might just leave it up for the comment section. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to buy Cardano because I think I checked it before and I didn't like it. I think it was slow. And right now it's 4 of 15 confirmations. It is notified now on Binance that it's coming. I really got to think with how long it's been that 11 more confirmations are going to take some time. So I'm not going to buy Cardano. But if you convince me otherwise, now what's important for me again is the fees. I mean, people have given me great advice, and that's one of the things I want to talk about is the community on here. And the call on chain link, you know who you are if you're watching this, of course. I mean, what a kick-ass coin right now. And congratulations, obviously, you're holding it. Obviously, you're doing very well with it, I would only presume. And its costs are not cheap to send it off of Binance. So that is a detractor, and a pretty big one at that. For even with Bitcoin Cash, although I know I can actually buy Bitcoin Cash cheap on Huobi. But when I'm paying 0.001 Bitcoin Cash, that represents like 50, 60 cents. That's even a little expensive. I mean, I know I'm just a little whatever, but heck, if I'm sending like 60, 100 bucks, 80 bucks, again, I don't want to spend too much. And that's just the way it is. So, let's not stall for so long since it's been 6.5 minutes. 25% of the Litecoin that I own are spreadsheet calculated towards that of crossing trades against DGB, Gigabyte, Bitcoin Cash, GoChain, Theta, Komodo, Tron, Grosscoin, and Cosmos, which is Atom. That is 8, it's going to be 10. Which means that percentage is going to be higher now. It's going to be under 30, but over 25, most likely. I mean, yeah, it's easy. Not even close. It's going to be. Let me just do the math in my head. That's I allocated. I'm not going to do it. It's not even worth it. It's probably going to be well under 30. So what's the other 75% do? And now we'll say 70 plus percent allocated towards. Well, if Litecoin has one of those kick-ass rallies, and we're talking at least, definitely 800, but 300 to 500 minimum, probably, yeah, I would want to do the following. One, I'm going to take a bit of Litecoin and sell it for other crosses. Now, they may not be crosses against Litecoin. I might buy a bunch of theta and then add some theta crosses. I might buy 3 positions worth of theta and 3 other positions and have 3 more theta crosses. And then maybe I might add a couple more crosses against that Litecoin as well, and probably would do that as well. I'd like to add 5 or 6 or 7 more in that type of situation. And if you're in a situation where you got a lot of one coin, you're like, okay, say I do have Litecoin or any other coin you think is ready for a major large rally. One strategy is, yeah, I want to cross trade, but what I want to do is I want to wait for the big moves, then I can sell them off to the market and just allocate it towards. So basically, what I'll do is I'll say, okay, maybe the cheapest one, which would be that of like, say, what would be the cheapest one on here? Tron's okay cost. Atom is relatively low. GoChain is the lowest by far. So GoChain would be, it's the lowest. And either way, so I might allocate say 2 or 5 or whatever Litecoin to this. Maybe Theta I'd allocate like 10. Maybe 7 to this one, 6 to this, or so on and so on. And the sum of the numbers that I allocated to it was 1/4 of the Litecoin that I owned. And of course, I'm going to have to allocate some to this. It'd be the same amount because I'm putting the even amount into each coin. But I'm going to allocate the same amount into each of those coins. So with the other ones, I've already decided, yes, I'll add more to the exchanges. So that's the first thing that I would do. The second is Bitcoin trade. Okay, I'm going to talk about Bitcoin trading, not only with this coin, but all the others. Because right now, I don't like to do that. I did, but I don't need to have buy orders and sell orders into trade. And the transfers out of the wallet are just so expensive for Bitcoin. However, with Litecoin, I'm going to get a decent amount of Bitcoin, and I'll be like, okay, whatever, on the 50,000 Satoshi fee, and then I'll look to buy that back at least at around, for Litecoin, 65 to 70% off minimum, and that's a low percentage compared to what the rest are going to be, which I'll go over. And within that, that's the second one. The third one, actually, there's going to be four. The third one is that of the Tether. Well, I'll probably do true US dollar. Again, it's an expensive withdrawal. Not too bad, though. But I'll be looking for at least a minimum half off, if not a bit more. With the fourth one being that of basic profit taking, or that of precious metals, food on the table, gasoline in the vehicles, as well as hardware that you might need, like hardware stores, and yada yada yada. As Litecoin is a form of money, thus you need money to put groceries on the table. Let's talk about altcoins and trading it against the dollar. Theta, maybe. Theta probably, because I own a decent amount of it. Yeah, definitely Theta. But when these markets have these big moves and the altcoin rallies, then what's often going to happen is you're going to have like these intraday spots. Like not intra, even though, yes, definitely intraday as well as like intra-week. And within it, that means on the intraday spot, you're going to see situations where a market might be doubling and tripling over a 40-hour period. And over the last 14 minutes has went up, say, 28%. And then you're like, oh my goodness, sell, 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 sell. And you hit pretty good or near or at the top. And even if it wasn't too near with this volatility, it can oftentimes still work. Meaning you got like here, which is, I guess, near the top. But, so you sell, and then next thing you know, 15 minutes later or an hour or 3 hours later, it's an amazing ratio trade on the other side. And that can happen again on the intraday and intra-week movements. And a lot of times what you're going to get within these altcoins is you're going to have situations where on one particular day, maybe it's this coin, and that coin that's taking off really big. And they might take off for 2 or 3 days. And the other coins are sideways, barely moving. And then next thing you know, it's one of those days where everything goes up. However, the coin that's been going up was maybe it's on, say, this day here. Maybe that's the day where everything goes up. But this one went down because it was having such a big up run already. And yet, after this, at this point forward, maybe all the markets went down from here. But you were able, from point A to point B, maybe this was down minus 29%. And the other coins during this exact same time frame might have been up 50%. And that just makes the volatility so much better. Those types of things are going to happen. Now, as far as trading every single one, including the ones that aren't worth much right now, every single one of my coins against Bitcoin, there is a plan for every single one. Whenever it has spectacular gains. For Litecoin, it doesn't need much. It only needs an 80% gain. 70. Actually, no. At this stage, it's going to need about 125% gain. Actually, yeah, because basically around the 225 handles, we're going to start selling against Bitcoin. But for other coins, I'm going to need like 5x, 8x, 10x plus gains. Definitely minimum 5. 5x moves, 6x moves, where I'll be selling them against Bitcoin and then moving them out. Hopefully what will happen is during, say, a run like this, is it'll be, okay, ARK sells some. I'll sell some Cosmos and some Tron and maybe some Theta in one day against the Bitcoin. And oh my goodness, that's a decent sized withdrawal. I don't care about 50,000. And there we go. And within these coins, okay, so Theta, how much of a decline am I looking for if I'm Bitcoin trading? Minimum 60%, I'm thinking. 60% down. If they do it all the time, they go way up and way down. And I get to a situation. So Theta's at 1,000. So you see Theta at, say, even at 5,000. So, okay, so it goes to 5,400. which is a previous high for it, for theta. Uh, so now I sell some for Bitcoin and it goes to my wallet. Now, next thing you know, it's at like 12.4 or even 85 or 92. Maybe sell a bit more, but definitely on a double up. Oh, it goes to 12.6, 12.9, sell some more. Okay, so 12.9. And then it goes up, and let's just assume that's a really kick-ass rally. And obviously, if it is, I'm going to play it. If not, I'll play it. Also, obviously, can go down from there. Or it barely goes up. Either way, I'm happy. And then you go, say, 30. It goes to 30, so you sell. And that's where we get the top, say at 38 or something. So next thing you know, the market goes down to like, say, 12 or 13,000. Back to here. Now I can take the Bitcoin from my hardware wallet, send it to the exchange, and buy theta. And for every, and it's a thought like this, I would probably work it out for profit both. So for every 100 I would sell, I would probably look to buy back about 140 to 160, which would be a decent, cheaper price than the sale. Thus, the remaining Bitcoin is profit. And Bitcoin is king. So I don't like my Bitcoin balance right now, but meaning it's the lowest it's ever been. Well, I can't say that. The lowest it's been in quite some time. But the plan is to accumulate Bitcoin through altcoins. And the amount that can be accumulated in this type of strategy, I think for me could be well better than it. You're talking about a 3-4x move for me of extra Bitcoin if the strategy works out as I'm planning on and targeting. But I take the risk and I take the reward on this particular decision. So in spots like that, yeah, that's basically that. And I also too, if I'm playing against the dollar, what I'm thinking, say like theta. Let's just assume theta goes up to say, where are we now? 12 cents. I'd want to wait till at least $1. So let's just say it goes to $1. Regardless of where the top is, again, I want a big decline. So let's assume it goes down to say 38 cents, and I want to buy now. Regardless of the fact it goes down 62%. It's the math that I'm talking about. Or whatever, just around this number. So if I sold 100, I could technically buy back a decently noticeable higher number than 200. Well, what I would probably do is I would obviously have deposited the entire amount of TUSD into the exchange like Binance. So I'd end up buying, if I sold 100 before it, per 100 that I sell then, I would probably look to buy back somewhere around 100. Again, same thing as before, 160, 170, or 60, 70% more. And then with the remainder Bitcoin, or the US dollars, I'm going to sell it for something else. Let's buy something else. Bitcoin, whatever else. Maybe I'll play day trading. Maybe I'll sell it for LITECOIN, move it to my wallet, and buy something with it. Buy some gold and silver with it. And I'll be like, okay, well, what's the LITECOIN's the best because it's cheap to take off the exchange, and I like buying with LITECOIN, meaning when I buy, say, silver and gold with it, all that type of stuff. So those are just ways of doing it. Now my Cardano update. It was at 4:15. And it's actually complete now, so it's actually not that bad. It definitely doesn't really, it's not super fast, not like this one here and a bunch of other ones. Now this has had a decline down towards here, meaning 18 average not finding support. And now if I want to try to fish a buy, guess where we came from. Or I could just test the Bitcoin. I'll just do whatever. Doesn't make much of a difference. There's no need for me to look at the 5 when I'm doing long-term buying. Although the 18 average of lows here is at 923. But let's just check out what's going on with the market. So for me, I can, we got new time. So any early gainers or losers, Q-time an early loser at 2.5. Bitcoin, nice. Let's see what we got here. If this breaks out, I might just want to wait until tomorrow maybe to buy this. And, I can do that. It's a day trade. So yeah, basically I'm forced, if I want to do what I want to do, like I state, which is turn Bitcoin into alts, I kind of am day trading it now. Look at all these attempts. Okay, well, we had this attempt here at 8 o'clock in the morning. Pulled back at noon. A little bit of a modest attempt at 2 p.m. Eastern. And a modest pullback the next hour. And a very good, pretty decent attempt here. Really the third attempt it had, Bitcoin being it to break out, but it came right down to the lows to a couple periods later at the last hour. Now this hour at 8 p.m. This is already well, it's 18 minutes almost into it. It's already back to the 18 highs. And if we have a breakout of here, I don't like the chances of much resistance at all at 12,414. It really comes to playing this game, this gap game, probably. I mean, this line is just a perfect blind area for where a decent leg higher would be. The whole three little bears analogy that I talk about, not too small, not too large, just right. That's the general area I think it'd be breaking out of. So yeah, I think I got no choice but to wait on my buys, which makes sense for the comments on what the second one is. Right now, Cardano is the leader for the next one. But for now, let's take a look at, like, my ratios are, I'm waiting to buy Komodo and Litecoin, and it's like at a 6.5%. Other than that, I got nothing on the horizon. As what I'm going to do is go like this, sort it by chronological order. Might as well do this. I'm definitely playing XLM now, so let me just add this to my list now. Okay, there we go. That's the Binance is tracking, and it's in 952. That's such a cheap price for it. And I've been in and out of that my whole career as a trader on this. One of the original coins as well. So within my spreadsheet, let's take a look at here. ARC hasn't changed since I last had it. Atom, I mean, it hasn't changed. It's been like this pretty much all day. Look at that, 50.29 to 50.45. Just a quick jump like that. Man, if the bid ask is off like that, maybe that's what you should be doing, is just playing those ratios. And 7 point differential, that's not too bad, really. But anyway, Bitcoin Cash 36.92, so it's barely went up. Bitcoin is in at 12.02. The Dash is in at 14.17, so I'm not even going to need to change it. DGB was 105, and it's now up 1 basis point. ETC is no change. GoCoin or GoChain is down 2 basis points. So I mean, none of this is changing all day. 31.50. Komodo 11.25, I guess, barely down. Litecoin 11.13. I mean, well, that's down 11 points. So it's down 1%. But none of this is going to help with any trades. I don't think, not even close. Neo is at 15.27, so that's down 3/4. That's nothing, but it's one of the bigger movers right now. Qtum 450. That's a decent sized move. That's about 16 basis points. That's about 4+%. That might open up something. Hopefully, a Qtum buy comes in. I mean, usually a lot of traders don't like seeing their coins go down, and I'm like, you know what? I like to see those up and down movements because I want to get as many trades as possible. Theta's up 12 basis points. But it's at 1,000. It's go to Tron 293. That's just one more. Waves is at 1634, barely down, and Ripple was at 3565. It's now at 3529, or that's like almost 1%. So what does that put me as a trader? See, all of these numbers here is what I'm used to been seeing. I mean, nothing on the horizon. This one here, I'm still trying to, you know what, if this is all I got, I'm just going to wait and see what happens. There's really nothing. Okay, XRP Theta is getting somewhat close at 4.5%. The market has went down, which means Theta is overperforming Ripple. But it's got, I need at least 7. And then 4.1, we have this market going up, which is the Theta. When it goes up, that means the better coin is doing better, which means the more expensive coin. When I always have the higher number as a ratio, and that's what I do. But that means that Theta is going up again over GoChain. And then in here, I could just take the trade, but I mean, again, I want, in this case here, I with Litecoin as it stands right now, I do think it's ready for a decent sized push. And I've seen a lot of these things happen before where first Bitcoin is that early mover where then the altcoins go up. But I've seen that with Litecoin a lot too, where it sparks the altcoin rally a lot of times too. And I'm just a little leery of that. That's why for the whole day I've been just avoiding trading this cross. And I haven't traded too much today. What have I traded? I've traded Litecoin and Theta. I've traded that for even family members have been trading that today. But what else do we have that I've traded? Uh, Bitcoin Cash DGB I traded earlier. I sold some Bitcoin Cash for DGB. Litecoin did. I think I sold some Litecoin for DGB as well. And I did that when DGB was at around 100, 101. Litecoin Go, I think I traded earlier. I sold some Litecoin for Go. GRS, did I pick any GRS? I don't think so. I didn't pick any of that up. Didn't do any of this. Qtum, didn't do any of that. Didn't do any of that, I don't think. But anyway, and I'm just rambling now. But I think one of my best strategies is, at least with Stellar Lumens, I'm just going to put a buy order in for a decent amount price. If I end up having to pay a higher price tomorrow, I don't care. Especially on a ratio trade, it means a lot less what its price is against other commodities. That's not your ratio trade. But as I stated again, this was only 2 coins I've added, and really 3 when the Cosmos that I added a few days ago. But this is all part of my plan, is to add extra bits and pieces in. And the next level is, well, Bitcoin does it again, and I'll just do the same thing again. If Bitcoin has another major dominance point, altcoins go down 20, 30 plus percent against BTC, then I'll probably just add another 1 or 2 more again. And then decide what I traded against via that of Litecoin Theta or whatever. And then the big one again, Litecoin going up, that is just really going to be a fun situation when that happens. And I think it will. Probability odds for such, when you look at the risk reward and what you're getting out of it, I look at a situation of like a roulette wheel. You're getting like well over 30 to 1 odds on a perfect number. And you could do stuff like, you could do things to give you 10 to 1 odds, to give you like pick like I got one of 4 numbers or whatever to reduce the odds, but give you like maybe like 6, 7 to 1 odds. And a lot of times these 6 to 1 odds are going to happen every 7 or 8 times. But 6 to 1 payouts in the crypto game, to me, is very realistic, and it's not really 1 in 6. It's about 5 and 6. As I'm looking at it. Alright, so that'll be it for this video. I'm not done videos for today. I'm going to talk about gold and silver later on. I'll probably upload it tonight. I mean, I could upload it Sunday too, but usually when I'm done a video, I'll just put her up on the net. But yeah, that's the trading strategy. Trading altcoins versus doing the crosses. But yeah, situations where they go up together. The ideal time in doing it is you have a day where one coin is up 37%, the other's up 26%. So your cross differential might be like 7 or 8 or whatever. Maybe a ratio trade, maybe you don't. But you're at a time where, okay, let's allocate X percent of this coin and X percent of or Y percent of that other coin, and you sell it on the market. That's where a lot of it's going to go. You just sit back, you're like, okay, how much is it up? Is it up a large enough amount? Because I've seen a lot of those coins have those moves. Stellar Lumens as an example here. This is a coin, and I don't know if I should have the Binance chart up or not, but well, what did it go from this high? It went from 7,000 down to 2,100. That's exactly the point. If you're selling at 6,000 Bitcoin, I don't want to buy back till like 25. You see here, like a couple months later in March, oh, I'm buying, and I got some more. And then I'm going to just automatically start selling it at that point. And here, let's just assume if I did sell it up here at 46, or what I did sell even up here for that matter. Oh, I sold this at 3,200, or even for that matter, 2,700. Well, now it's at 951. So yeah, I'm not going to take that Bitcoin to buy it now because I already would have done it. If I was selling at like say 3,200, well, let's just go now to the daily, because now we're talking like 1,400 or 1,300. I'd be like, uh, um, you'd be talking like back in May here. I think I'm going to be buying it, and that's just how it goes. So that's why the strategy is if they're going to have these wild moves, and anything that goes up 6, 8, 10, 20x has got to have these like 70, 80% pullbacks. It's, I mean, the only other sufficient way you can have a 20x move is if it at least goes sideways, and it's going to have to at least have a decent original, like a 2x or 3x move, or definitely a 2x. But if a market, if you, to explain it in such a measure, if a market is going to have like those sick gains, that means something immediate has happened for real news to justify a fact where something should go up. So if something, and don't use the price scale on the right, but if it does this in a span of say 3 days for a 20x move, then what you might get after that is a bunch of this, because price discovery said, hey, wait a second here. This is worth way too little, and you fix that problem, and now you've got it priced where it's supposed to be in whatever range this is. And that's what the markets are. That's what we're doing, is doing price discovering. We're discovering the value of these things on a minute by minute, day by day, week by week, year by year level. And within such, these wild, volatile swings are going to happen. So price discovery right now has been showing that these extensive large moves up and are always going to create large moves back lower. So in any situation when you have these big gains, you got to think two things. This thing is going to can go up a lot more, and it's definitely going to go down pretty big when it's ready to do so. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye bye.